Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to the most awaited session of GSOC. It's been a roller coaster journey for us, all the contributors, participants, mentors, and as well as for the core team as well. And we want to extend a very big thank you to every participants for their contribution, patience, and being with us till the end. And this year we have crossed almost the mark of 37,000 contributors, and it was a competitive as well as challenging open source program for everyone. And beating all the hurdles, we have finally the winner with us, Aditya Singh Rathore, our chief guest speaker for today as well. And he has scored 2,106 points as per our official leaderboard. So, hello Aditya, and from the entire team of GirlScript Summer of Code, Anuga ma'am, and all the core teams, a very big congratulations and welcome to the session. And
Thank you.
we are really excited to have this conversation with you where you want to share your whole GSOC journey. And before starting the session, let me introduce Aditya with the audience in case we have new joinees here. So, Aditya is currently a product manager at Recode Hive, and he is SEO certified as well. He preferably explore the domains of data engineering, big data, and Azure. So, we will be uh, taking it as a Q&A round, and meanwhile all the participants and joiners can leave their questions in the chat box. We will take it at the last or middle as the time allows. So yeah, over to you, Aditya. Let's first start with your take, whatever you want to share or whatever you want to begin with. Over to you.
Okay. So, hi everyone. Uh, First of all, I want to uh, thank the entire GSOC team for conducting the amazing event. It was my pleasure to participate in the GirlScript Summer of Code. It's a very wonderful exam platform for me because I got too much knowledge and too much strength in that program. I built a consistent routine because of the program, because I was curious about exploring the open source, and that's why I started contributing. So GSOC is my first time I'm contributing in the open source program, and I had gained too much knowledge and experience in that, and got to meet amazing people from whole the program, and it's a wonderful journey throughout the program. So I would like to begin the session with my introduction. So I'm Aditya Singh Rathore. Currently, I'm pursuing BTech and I'm in the final year. And I'm five-time Azure certified. I'm Microsoft Azure Fabric certified data engineer. And currently, I'm working as a product manager in the Recode Hive. And there is a two interesting story about the product managing at Recode Hive. I got that opportunity because of the Girls Summer of Code. So I was invited by the CEO, the Sanjay Vishwanathan, on my GitHub profile directly. So he reached me that you are doing amazing and would you like to extend this work in the Recode app? So I started contributing there, and eventually our bond became more powerful, and he offered me the position. So currently I'm serving there as a product manager. So my roles and responsibility day to day life is I review the PRs issues, and I work with the Sanjay itself to scale up the Recode Hive platform. So that's a brief about me.
That was great. Congratulations for getting into the product manager role. So let's begin with the questions, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah. So the first question, let's begin with your GSOC journey, how it is started, and how do you know about GSOC? Like a friend
Okay,
recommend
so
or anything?
that's also a very interesting story. So
Yeah, yeah.
unfortunately, I was not the part of GSOC last year. Uh, I got to know about the GirlScript Summer of Code, but I thought that it's too much late because I got to know about in October or August last. So I thought that if I start from here, so it won't be a significant remark. So, but last year I tracked GSOC step to step. I was very close. I'm observing the leaderboard, all the people who are doing, and I'm continuously eager to participate in that. So this year I got to know about the prescription of code in advance because I'm curious about it. So I researched back. So when the program begins, I directly applied in the first 5 6 days, and then I started work exploring the projects. So because I was very new to the open source program, so I started with the documentation part, like readme files and markdown files and all that. And eventually, step by step, I got to know in the technical fields, in the development part, and that's how I started the GirlScript Summer of Code.
Okay. So what new skill or learning did you gain during the program, technically or personally as well, that made a significant difference in your performance before joining GSOC and
Yeah,
after joining GSOC?
yeah. So I was good at I say that Git and GitHub, but because of the GSOC, I got to I got like an expert category in the GitHub and GitHub Actions because I work a lot on GitHub. So I also mentored my peers because like every day people use the GitHub platform as only the push and pull tool because most of the work people do is push and pull. They don't know about branching, reways, and all the other things like discussion forums and actions. We got too many actions so that to automate the task CI/CD platform. So I got very good at that. Second part, when I started the GSOC, so I'm not good at the development part. So I started slowly exploring the development part because I already skilled in the data engineering domain. So I think that that's all good for me. The development is not for me. So eventually I started that. I understand the code base, and eventually I started the development. And for personally, I built a complete discipline. So in during the GSOC, my journey is like I had to attend the college projects, and whenever I got free time before the GSOC, what I do is doom scrolling because we are all peoples are like we can say addicted to the Instagram screens. If we open the Instagram, so it's endless scrolling. There's no time limit that we can stop in 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Although there are timers, but I don't think they work for anybody. So because of that, whenever I got free time, so I start opening GitHub, start with small issues or issues assigned, uh, open the repositories, create some new issues, work on pull requests, review sometimes the pull requests, and that's how I eventually got the habit of discipline to sitting 6 hours straight to the screen, and that's how I manage the academics plus the GSO part.
Yeah, so we are glad that you used the opportunity in a mm, most productive way and made it to rank one. That's kudos. So the next question: how have you collaborated with your PA and mentors? As open source is, we can say it's a teamwork effort also. So what are that takeaways? Yeah, please.
Okay, so basically for some projects, the mentors and PAs have created WhatsApp groups, so we directly interact on WhatsApp. And for some, that's not a platform, so we discuss on GitHub issues. Like if I had any questions, so I tag them and explain my issue or my queries directly on the issues. And I was fortunate that projects I'm contributing, the people are responsive, so I got responses there. So major way of communication is through WhatsApp or so through issues. So that's a major communication channel.
So, can you please take it down to more like what the procedures you followed? It will help other participants as well,
Okay,
and to
so
break down like your first experience once you registered, and then what are the process goes on.
so I registered on the Insights apps, which is shared by the GirlScript Summer of Code. So for this year, the communication channel for registration is the Insights app. So I registered there. Then I waited for 5 6 days till the mail came that you are accepted. Then I started exploring the projects. So I started exploring the projects, and I don't know in open source we follow pattern. So I don't know at that time. So I randomly pick an issue and directly generate pull request. Then I eventually got to know that first it's a good way that first the issue should be assigned, then you should work on that. So eventually I got to know about the things and I started contributing. So when I'm like in the beginning, I don't know, like for opening any projects, if I'm doing an open source, so that means the code base is not mine, the files are not mine, so I need to understand them. So I was very fear. I can say that I am feared that how it will go. Like I don't know the complete project. So I started exploring the projects. I opened them. I cloned them. Sometimes I messed them. Like I had created a dozens of branches and I had deleted a dozens of branches because I had messed up a lot of data and lot of files. Sometimes the errors can be resolvable and sometimes not. So I had to delete the branch, and I started there from documentation. What I did in initial days, I only did in the README contribution, like for like structuring the README. Then I started with workflows because I understand the basic workflow. So I started with the like linting and then automatic creation for new pull requests and new issues. Then eventually I got in technical part. Like in websites, there will be footer headers. So in some websites, it's not aligned. Sometimes it's not responsive. Sometimes the backend work is done, but it's not integrated completely to the front end. So I started exploring that, and eventually I started contributing to them. And once you contribute in them, so you get confidence. You can take on different issues. You can create the issues. So that's how I started. And eventually, when the projects my contribution are higher, so sometimes the admins or the PAs directly tag you that did you want to contribute on this issue. So that's how I got more opportunities.
Yeah. So as we are discussing, so please quote the name of peer mentors also. We will. It will act as a token of gratitude and thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there are mentors like uh, actually I don't remember the mentor's name.
Okay. Okay.
I can list the names of projects as well.
Projects. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there is, yeah, so there is Rhythm Pava, then Mohit Jadon, and the CEO of Recordai, Sanjay Vishwanathan, and Sandeep Vashishta, and there are multiple names. I can't tell all the names. I didn't remember
Mm.
this time.
Sure. Sure. No problem.
These
Kudos
are the
everyone.
like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
these are the key peoples which in which projects I have contributed to them.
Definitely. And thank you for all those mentors because without you, this had not be happened.
Yes.
So thank you so much for introducing such great projects in our program. So next question, if someone want to be in your seat next year, what's one myth about open source you want to break for them?
Okay. So when I started open source, so the first myth I also encountered that open source is not for everybody. People always tell you that no, not all people can do open source, and open source is tricky. If you are starting, you need to be very good and skilled in uh, the domain you are aiming for. But that's a complete myth. If you are a beginner and if you only had some knowledge, you can do open source. And not all open source projects or we can say organizations are complex. Once you start digging them, so it will be easy because in open source I have contributed to Apache Data Fusion also, and currently I'm contributing to Omega Hub. So once you start exploring the projects, it's not that much difficult that people say. You just need to understand the architecture, their project structures and files, and you can start exploring them. And it's not always that you need to create the issues. There will be people who can create the issues, and you need to just ask them that if they are willing to let you work on that issues, and you can start working on them. And if you stuck somewhere, there will be mentors, there will be project admins, there will be maintainers who can help you out and get you out of the well. So that's a complete myth that people say that open source is not for everybody. Open source is always for everybody who is allowed to do open source.
So what was the most challenging part of this work?
Okay, so the most challenging part is I'm contributing to Record Hive. I already mentioned. So I had contributed heavily in Record Hive organization, and they're particular in their website, Record Hive website. So the most challenging part I got faced is their leaderboard part. Because in leaderboard you need to fetch multiple people's profiles, their points from the GitHub, and to set up the GitHub leaderboard, you need to create the API key, you need to reduce the time for processing, and you need to up the leaderboard because you can't make a static leaderboard. You need to update the leaderboard. And the most challenge I like the most challenging part is uh, in how efficient way we can refresh the leaderboard. Because in some projects I had uh, I can say that I had triggered with the issue, like the leaderboard is up, but it's taking time to refresh. Because if new contributions are happening, so it will refresh after in some case 20 minutes, in some case 6 hours. So that's one. And in Recode High, we have built the leaderboard that will be instantly refreshed. So that's the most challenging part, to set up the leaderboard part, to deal with the GitHub APIs, and to create the backend part for that leaderboard.
So next part is achieving rank one required consistency mindset. So what was your approach and routine for the focus? And also I want to add, like, from the starting point you were always focusing on the, getting more point, or your vision was to get on the skills. So what was the approach?
So when I started contributing, so I didn't have in mind that I will be achieving the rank one, because the leaderboard is up. The unofficial one is up like after 15 days of the program beginning. So at the time, I didn't know that I'm holding under 20 ranks in all the participants. So when I started, so I feel that I'm learning something. So I started contributing, and my routine was simply because at that time the academics are not that much pressured. So I'm doing most of the time the GSO part for the GirlScript Summer of Code. So I'm doing contribution most of the time. So my daily routine is I woke up at 6 o'clock. Then after, till the 8 I got freshen up and all these things. Then from 8 to 11 o'clock I explored the repositories, I created issue, and work on the issues that has been assigned. And in the afternoon after the lunch, till 4:30 or 5 o'clock, I again did the open source. And after 5:30, I every day, it's a routine for my that I like to work out. So I did work out for 1 or 1.5 hours, and then lunch. And in the evening, like in night, I don't work too much. So most of my daytime is consumed in open source. And when academic begins again, so I prioritize the task, like
Aditya, your screen got freezed.
hello.
Yeah, I can hear
Sorry
you.
for
Yeah.
inconvenience.
No, no,
The
sure.
net just
Now
cut
it's
off.
audible. You can go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so I was there that when academic begins, so I started prioritizing the task. So it's my routine that like to start my day early, and I like to end my day also early. So when academic begins, so I started like in empty lectures, or sometimes the teacher didn't like they are sitting idle. So I utilize that time. And in the evening the same routine. I In the time academic time, so I did most of the work in night, because sometimes in some projects the mentors and the um, maintainers are active in the night time, so I contributed in night time.
Yeah, so that's the biggest takeaway, that everyone has 24 hours. Just you just place them in a productive manner. And that's a
Yes, I
good thing.
just built in routine. Like
Yeah.
I start my day with listing the tasks that this need to be done first, then second, then third. So that's my routine. That I every day I created tasks, like a list of tasks, and then try to end most of the tasks.
Okay. So, in the same context, may I know that did you use any tracking tools or documentation or anything that would help you, to, because we can assume that you have worked in more than two projects also. So there are different
Yes.
things now. So to align them, did you use any tracking software or anything, productive tools or
Okay.
something?
So initially, I am using Excel sheet. In Excel sheet, I am tracking the issues assigned and the tasks that are pending and the tasks which are done. And then after Sanjay introduced me to an productivity tool, or we can say app. The app is Rise, RIZE, the Rise. So in that you can track most of the time, like your focus hours, the times you have spent, like entertainment, meetings, and all that can be seen and visible. I can share my screen so that I can give you a demo about it if you okay with it.
Okay, so and do you have any back in mind that this particular or a specific domain I want to explore in GSOC only, or you are just open for everything?
when
What was your
when
mindset?
like yeah, so when I'm starting, so I'm aiming that if there are data projects, so I'm going to do in data projects only, because I'm skilled in data domain only. So I started like, then eventually I got to know that most of the projects are web development part, and some are very interesting, like the algo visualizer, record high program, then there is a agri-tech, and these are the projects which caught my eye. So I started working on them, and then eventually I got familiarized with web development, so I started exploring other projects also.
Okay. And do you think that there is some part where you have developed soft skill as well? Because although it was not an offline program, but still, is there any way you have just built that side by side?
Yeah, so my writing skills are improved because most of the uh, like discussions and other things are happening on GitHub issues. So eventually you had to write dozens of lines, and in the README contribution also you need to uh, have a good English, you can say. So if to write clearly and to express your interest and your ideas, you need to communicate clearly. So my writing skills are definitely improved.
So you want to advise now if someone is very reluctant that I'm not still prepared for GSOC, let me participate next year. What advice do you want to share with them?
Uh, okay, so I want to share that don't overthink, don't overthink, just start exploring, because there is nobody who is perfect. You just need to dig in and start working. Eventually, you will gain skill, you will be confident enough, and in the end, you will say that it's not easy, but I had done it.
So next question might, if you think this is repetitive, then tell me. Introduce your project you have been working on and key takeaways.
Okay. So currently, I'm working with a report website, and the key takeaway for me that I got familiarized with a lot of developers who are very good at their skills, and to collaborate with people that are, if I can say, that sharper than you, or we can say that we are that are more skilled than you. So eventually you you eventually feel that I need to upgrade myself, so you start working on yourself. And like, I am serving as a product manager in ecodec, so there are responsibilities for me that I need to follow. So I eventually start working towards my skill improvement or my self upgradation, so that I can collaborate with the people and I can maintain the level which they are expecting from me. And when people expect from you, if they are closer than you, and if you enjoy them working with them, so eventually you will start working on yourself, and that's how you improve, that's how you upgrade yourself.
Okay, so you have joined GSOC in the last year of your BTech, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So what do you think would be there any difference if you have joined on first year or anything?
there will be a, yes, there will be a significant difference. If I started in my first year, uh, there can be two sides. Either I can mess up all the things, because if I am joining in first year, so there will be most probably that I don't have too much skills, or I can say that I don't have that much communication skills that I can collaborate with people effectively. And the second thing is, uh, that's a challenging part, that joined in my last year. So my peers and my friends are telling me that it's a placement season. You need to focus on placements, and you are doing open source. which is not going to pay you any money. So I want to prove them also that open source is not something that you think. Open source doesn't mean that it's free. You can be eventually be paid for the like prize money. I got GitHub sponsorships also from the GSOC also. So I want to prove them also that it's not. And eventually you got recognition because GirlScript Summer of Code is a big organization, if I can say. From LinkedIn, I got too many connections. Uh, I got too many requests from people, and people started uh, asking me that how did you done that?
Yeah, great, Aditya. And nothing goes waste in life. Definitely,
Yeah.
this will unlock or more opportunities later on. Um, so let's sum up with like what are the advices would you like to, because every year we want to level up GSOC. So definitely for the next edition we will definitely improve more settings of the GSOC. But what will you want to advise for the upcoming participants?
For
Anything
the
you think that
participants,
I could have started in that way? Just like you said that firstly I was not aware of the structures something. So anything
okay,
advice like a senior, yeah.
okay. So if I'm if I want to tell the people who are my peers or I can say my juniors, so the first thing I want to tell them that it's not too much difficult that it seems to you. Once you start getting into it, so it will be very easy, or it's not easy, so it can be understandable. You don't need too much, like you don't need to be a scientist or a mathematician to solve the algebra equations to get any answer. You just need to start. There will be people who will mentor you, there will be people who will help you, and if you stuck somewhere, you can ask your peers. They will also eventually help you. So that's my advice, that don't overcomplicate things. Start simple and be disciplined, because there are too many, like I there are 37,000 participants, so not all people get on the leaderboard. So you need to be disciplined, you need to be consistent to uh, get recognized.
Okay, Aditya, so you have like explored data engineering domain preferably. So how do you get into it? Like you always want find it easier from other domain or any other reason? What?
Mm, that's also a very interesting story. So when I joined my college, so when I ask my peers that what you are doing, what you are learning, so most people tell me that we are doing software development, we are doing web development, we are doing Android. So uh, when I asked around 20, 30 people, out of 30 people, I got around 27 responses, people doing development. And uh, I don't know why, but I had a mindset that if people are doing something and if large crowd is doing something, so don't do that. Either it can be fail or it can be pass, I don't care, I will start something else. So I eventually got started with data because like I had interest from starting to work with data. So that's why I choose the mathematics domain, like PCM, in class after class 10. So I started working with data, and eventually in my college we got introduced to a program that is industry embedded program. So in that we got training about the Microsoft certifications, different certifications. As I'm 5 time Microsoft certified, so a huge credit goes to my college because they introduced the program to me, and eventually they had also given the training for the certifications. So in the training we got explore too many with the Azure tools, and from there I got interested that this field seems good to me. I'm enjoying working with the data, so I eventually started exploring that, and that's how I got into the data engineering world.
So we can see that there is no hardly any sector that affected by AI and definitely data engineering as well. So how do you see as a challenge or a positive hurdle? How you say that?
Yeah. So, like some people think that AI might got their jobs. AI will replace them. But that's not the case. If you know how to work with AI, so AI can be your assistant. So that's what my mindset is, that
Hmm.
AI is my assistant. I can do my work efficiently and in a smarter way if I know how to use AI. So AI can be challenging, but if you know how to work with AI, so it can be helpful in not particular in data engineering domain. It can be in any domain. If you are working with web development, you can automate some of your tasks. Like if I'm doing something, like if I had to create a website, so I can get a basic structure from AI. Then eventually I can start working on my own, then I can do the changes I need. Because if I starting manually, so that will be like I can do, but I can reduce the time and efficiency I can deliver. So it can be very helpful, but some people think it will be the AI will not be their companion, but you need to start understanding the workflow, how AI works, and how you can utilize the AI.
So Aditya, academics, like your BTech part was good, but we all require external help. Like we learn from the YouTube resources or anything from any library. So, do you want to quote any mentor or any good resource available freely on internet that you would like to recommend a student for data engineering, so they can also
Okay,
learn and join?
yeah. So there is a very interesting YouTube channel. So his name is Ansh Lamba. If you explore on YouTube, so you can search on Ansh Lamba. If you are working with Azure domain, just type the technology name and Ansh Lamba. You will definitely get a longer videos, and it's not that you will get a 20 or 30 minute video. He has uploaded a whole complete. If you are exploring, like I can name one Azure resource, like we can say Azure Synapse Analytics. So if you search Anslama Synapse Analytics, you will get a 6 hours long course. In that course, you will get theory knowledge, you will get hands-on experience, and you can also got some project part also. So that's a very helpful resource that I follow. Second one is Databricks documentation. I follow regularly the Databricks documentation. It's a very nice and it's open source, and it's also been contributed by Apache developers. So it's very helpful. And if I can state some more, so there will be a YouTube channel. I think I don't know its exact name, but it's something like data engineering. So he has uploaded up to 20 hours of big data course. In that he had covered the Apache, Hive, Hadoop, all the things, from theory aspects, from interview aspects, and from practical aspects.
Okay, thank you, Aditya. Let's make it a little bit fun and we will wrap it up soon. So, we will take it as a rapid fire round. Okay, a
Okay.
short answer or one word, anything you want to. So, I'll quote the question and you will answer. Okay, so let's begin. Dark mode or light mode?
Dark mode.
Coffee or chai during late night coding?
I would prefer coffee.
First PR or final PR? Which felt better?
First beer. It's always
One
enjoyable.
word. Okay, great. One word that defines GSOC for you.
Motivation.
One tool or technology that played a major role in your work during GSOC.
GitHub desktop.
Share one leadership or teamwork lesson you have learned during GSOC.
Collaboration. You need to collaborate with multiple peoples in multiple projects, so that's one skill.
If GSOC was a sport, what sport would be best describe it? Marathon, sprinting, relay race, chess.
uh, I would say marathon, because you need to study and you need to stand long. If you eventually want to get on leaderboard, or if you want to finish it safe, or I can say that finish is strong, you need to be there, be present every day. You have to show up every day. So that will be a marathon for me.
Okay, Aditya, you have answered every questions beautifully. Let's move to YouTube chat. It's fine if there is any good questions to ask. I'm very new guy to open source. What is good time to start and how? You want to answer that?
Okay. So if you are new to open source, there is no good time. You just need to jump into the projects, start exploring the open source projects, and there is no fixed timeline or I can say any preferred time. Just start working. Start with small. Search for documentation issue. If you find any issue, start working on them. Then eventually start exploring their files and project structures. And in any issue or any bug you find out in website, and just start contributing to them.
Hmm. So, what is the motivation behind to started the Arogya Graph?
Okay, so I think in comments one of my peers is there because Arogya
Okay.
Craft is a project we are working on. So it's
Okay. Okay.
like we also four of us started working on Arogya Craft. It's a complete healthcare solution which we are building. So it's like a management tool which we are building. So it's for the hospitals. Currently, we are building it for hospitals to manage the staff, inventory, uh, prescriptions, medicines, and all the other things. So that's the motivation behind starting the Arrow Draft. Because if we visit any hospital, any government hospital or private hospital, you see that people are standing in OPD for hours. So we aims to reduce that time by automating the processes and the tasks. So that's what's the motivation behind starting Arrow Draft.
That's a great idea. How do open source and DSA or CP parallel? How do you manage open source and DSA or CP parallel?
Okay.
That would be better question. Yeah.
Okay. So you need to uh, define or you need to prioritize the task. You need to assign the time period, or we can say the foundation you need to go with. If I'm doing open source and I need to do DSA, then I need to get some free time to start working on both of them. So you need to manage your time, you need to utilize your time, and you need to be disciplined to good on both the side on open source and DSA.
So we are completed with the questions, Aditya. It's like an open mic for you. If you want to share anything, any fun moment or anything you want to like add.
Okay. So I would like to answer one more question, which is in comment. How much do DSA or dev in current days to get a corporate or get a good corporate job? So I think this one is one of my friend, and they are spamming. I think because they know that
No worries.
I'm also in the
If the
fourth.
questions are genuine, we can address, no issues. If the questions are
So
genuine, we can pick it up.
uh, so we can how much DSA in development. So for the development part, I don't know too much about the development. I just know about the structure and how to work initially. So if you ask me for the full-fledged role for development, I can't prefer that. And for the DSA, you need to go at stack queues, linked lists, arrays, and DP graph entries. If you eventually able to solve the problems like medium to hard problems in 45 to 50 minutes, I think you are good to go with it. For me, I think lead code is best for me. And if you are aiming for the competitive part, you definitely need to visit code forces.
So, have you sitting back for any of the interviews till now from the
Yeah,
college?
so in the placement, I recent like yesterday, I had given an interview in Ahmedabad in one of the companies. So the
So,
role is for the business analyst.
okay. So, share any good insights if you find that any
Okay,
challenging
so
or
yeah, so when I'm preparing for the BA role, or I can say for any role, so what I thought that most the people will judge on communication and based on the
hmm.
skills you know. If you are for development, so basically you need to know about the stack you are using. If you are using a mean stack, then you have to get the knowledge of mean stack. If you are doing mass stack, you need to know mass stack. But In the interviews part, I got to know that these are not only the two skills you will be just. The third thing which plays a major role is the thinking, analytical thinking. So in the last interview I had given, so they had asked us technical questions, but their focus is how good or how analytical you can think. So they had given business scenarios, different scenarios, and you need to answer the scenarios. And based on the answers which we are giving, they are judging us for qualifying and for like disqualification.
No, sir. Hope you get the right opportunity soon. Um, that is it from our side, Aditya. We have the same kind of questions you want to take on from live chat.
Okay, so solved 1700 plus problems on DSA. Then what is the good time to appear? You can appear just now. If you had any connections, just ask them that I had solved 1700 plus question. First thing they will ask you that how did you solve 1700 plus question. Then if you had valid reason, they will definitely refer you, and you eventually got the chance to interview. Is it just solving problem is enough, or also get worse to base time complexity and space complexity? So okay, it matters a lot, because people don't only want the solution, they want efficient solutions, because anyone can solve the problem. Even though in these days, AI days, if I had any task or issues, I can assign to ChatGPT and he will work most of the time. So you need to uh, optimize the problems, space solutions, and time complexity to eventually be good at problem solving.
So that's it. There's one more question. Is it just solving problem is enough, or
I had
also
just
get
answered that question. I had just answered that question.
okay?
That
Well,
you need to efficient and time and space complexity to be a good problem solver.
okay. Rest of the question he will answer in your DM. So don't worry. Let's wrap it up, Aditya. Anything you want to say at the end for GSOC? Any
So
feedback
I would
also?
like to.
If we are open for any feedback also, if you
Okay.
find anything challenging or anything we want aim to improve in the next edition, please share any genuine feedback as well.
Okay. So I think the first thing I want to I want to give suggestion is that most of the contributors are getting the queries that their points and other things are not showing on leaderboard. So I think that's an issue, because the leaderboard is not up to the mark that we are expecting. Because last year everything is streamlined, but this year the official leaderboard I think got up in last 15 or 20 days. So it would be a clarity if the leaderboard is active and up from starting, because people can see how much their contribution is getting in the leaderboard. So it will be a plus point for the program as well, for the contributors as well. And the second thing is, uh, like the last year, there will be discussion forums available on GitHub, so people are querying there. And for this year, I think the major community channel is the Discord, which is also a very important channel for contributing
We lost you, Aditya. Can you hear me? You're not audible, Aditya.
hello, hello.
Yeah, yeah.
So this would be my suggestion that streamline the workflow tasks internally, so that contributor don't affect too much.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Aditya. Thank you for the suggestion, and we will definitely work upon it. And apology from our side also. And thank you for being patient, all the participants and contributors. We will try to improve for the next year. So thank you, Aditya. Thank you for joining us the session and sharing all the insights on GSOC journey. We wish you the best, and we hope that our GSOC program would definitely help you in growing your career. And mm, hope this session was helpful for every participants. They got to know more about it, whether they are participants of this edition or whether you do want to apply. So thank you everyone for presenting today. That's it. Thank you, Aditya.
Thank you very much, the complete GirlScript Summer of Code team and the GirlScript Foundation for creating this amazing opportunity. It was my pleasure to contribute in amazing, we can say, projects and to meet with amazing people. I got some new friends. I got some new mentors. I got eventually got good at different skills. I got good at communication also. So it was my pleasure contributing in the project, and it was my pleasure to participate in the GirlScript Summer of Code.
Thank you, Aditya. We are also proud to get you as a rank one holder. So thank you. Thank you for joining in, guys. You can drop Aditya. And thank you, participants. Keep stay tuned with us for other program. We will be lining up, and details will be out soon. So thank you for being with us. Thank you.